All right, so I'm not supposed to at all um read any articles, but it just popped up, and I noticed and for 7 presidencies, including Joe Biden, they always leave a finale with Cuba, the island of Cuba. Um, with John F. Kennedy was the Cuban Missile Lounge. President Truman as well. Gerald Ford, Joe Biden, Herbert Hoover, and William Harding. The presidents didn't come up with these comments themselves. It was generated by somebody else, and they thought it was a great idea at the ending of a presidency. But Biden moves to lift the state sponsor of terrorism delegation for Cuba. My grandfather was the president of Cuba, and my uncle for many years, Raúl Castro, and my grandfather Fidel Castro. Julie Garden's biological father. Um, Cuba has never been a terrorism threat to anywhere, any country in the world. We do business with China. We do business with the United Kingdom. We do business with Europe, Japan, Asia, India. They have helped us a lot. We don't want ties with the United States because the United States are not doing the right thing. And they reckless. And right now we have very erratic behavior from our nationals, our politicians, and people that don't belong in our nation, that are ruining our nation, they're not doing, and Cuba has kept it safe, has kept the Cuban people safe, and we have gained automatic asylum into our nation, and we still could travel from Canada and Venezuela and many other countries back into our island, this comment was motivated by Honorable Judge Justice Michael R. Landers. He proceeds to bench in Dorado, Arkansas. He's a resident of Southwest Detroit, a gay man at 7 Siegler Avenue in Detroit. Judges are not politically motivated at times. It was his comment to lift. We don't need a lift. We decline. Cuba declines a lift of any sort from you. And this is and this is coming from Caucasian Democrats, from Harding's presidency, that hates Cuba and Cubans, and that's what they do at the end of presidency, and the end of the presidency, because they don't have no time for and they're not interested in any relations or business with Cuba. That's what they do it at the end of it's very disrespectful to the people of Cuba, the Cubans and the island of Cuba. It's very, and Cuban Americans, and that's why we don't vote Democrat.